Hi, I'm Dexter Fowler, and this is Blue Moon. Turns out we have a lot more in common than people think. I got my start in center field, and they got their start in right field. And today, we're going to talk about the connection between beer and baseball. Opening day, April 26, 1995. Coors Field has just opened a brand new ballpark, but the ballpark wasn't the only thing establishing roots that day. Tucked in the corner in right field, the Sandlot Brewery would become the first brewery inside a professional baseball stadium. When we think of baseball, we think of enjoying the game with a cold beer in hand. And today I'm in Denver to learn how Blue Moon changed the game for beer and baseball.
How you doing?
Good, you doing all right?
John Legnard.
Yeah, Dexter, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Here to learn about Blue Moon, a little bit of the history.
That's what it's about.
My name's John Legnard, the brewmaster at Blue Moon Brewing Company in Denver, and I also oversee the Sandlot Brewery at Coors Field. Started at the Sandlot in March of 95 and basically have been there since 1995. But we came in here in 1995. We started brewing beer. One of the beers we came up with, they all had catchy baseball names. With Belly Slide Wit, somebody commented, you should sell this somewhere besides baseball stadium because beers this good only come along once in a blue moon. And we're like, oh, that's actually a better name than Belly Slide Wit. Early July of 95, the idea was pitched to us, hey, can you brew this beer? We want to test it there. And that was really one of the first things we ever decided to test. And the idea was for Blue Moon, as we know it now. You know, we brewed it, we threw it on tap. You could tell that it hit people like, wow, I want to drink this. What is this? This is the first ballpark brewery, which is kind of a cool thing.
That is cool.
And beer and baseball go together, and they have for centuries. This is where the original batches of Belly Slide Wit were made. So the brew kettle is really important for Blue Moon because that's where we had the orange peel, the coriander, that gives it that rich, kind of spicy but fruity flavor. So you probably remember first time you ever had a Blue Moon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was down in spring training.
The time when we first made it in 95, it was so different. People didn't realize that they wanted that flavor, but once they tried it, they're like, wow, that's different. And it became known as that beer with the orange on it. And the reason we started doing that is we put orange peel in the beer, but people were selling it as German-style wheat beers with lemons on it in the late 90s, and we're like, that's all wrong. So the idea came, let's put orange on there, and that orange wheel, you know, it brightens up the beer. People are like, whoa, what's that? So like when it comes out, you're like, you kind of ask people.
That's what I was about to say. The aesthetics of it is like, it looks refreshing.
It looks refreshing, tastes refreshing. It's perfect when it's 95 degrees out, when you're sweating on the field.
Absolutely.
People are sitting in the stands, and they're drinking those ice-cold Blue Moons now. We've got about 300-ish barrels of beer down here, so about 600 kegs total in all these tanks.
When I played here, I remember seeing them in the hallway.
Yeah.
All the kegs in the hallway, and now I know where they originated.
Yep. This is a tank of Belly Slide Wit. It's going to be the freshest beer you've ever had. Made right here.
Can't wait.
Cheers, buddy.
Now let's go outside, and I'll show you where I work.
I like it. Let's go. I'm after you. Can we bring our beer?
No, absolutely.
All right.
I remember on my debut, I was sitting right here, and my manager comes down, top of the ninth, and he says, hey, if the pitcher gets on, you're running for him. The pitcher was leading off. Mind you, it's my first time in a big league game. So I take off. Halfway there, the ball's up and away. I think it's a pitch out. I stop 3/4 of the way, try to come back. Second baseman got it, throws the ball to first, I'm out. I think if I would have kept going, I would have been saved. The fans are booing me. They're like, who let this rookie in here? So that was my big league debut.
That's your big.
That was my
That's like a T-ball move.
So I went from there and came and sat right back here. We ended up losing the game. Fortunate to say, I had a great career. I got a chance to win a championship and continue to win and have a great big league career.
Yeah, I'd say Blue Moon started off very similar. We had a pretty big debut, opening day, Coors Field, 1995.
And a lot better than mine.
Yeah, a little bit better than yours. But we just kept rolling with it. And I mean, it's grown so big over the last 28 years. It's amazing where we've gone with just one batch of beer at one baseball stadium at one point in time in 1995. And now it's nationwide, it's global, it's all over the place.
I like it, and y'all are still winning.
We're still winning.
Great.
Dexter, this is Blue Moon Brewing Company in Rhino. We've got all the R&D facilities here, all the new product development, all the experimental stuff from Blue Moon comes out of here.
It's a beautiful space.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger than the Sandlot.
Absolutely.
You know, because we were born in baseball, we decided to move off and do our own thing here.
I love it.
Everything for Blue Moon started at the Sandlot. Everything new for Blue Moon now starts right here in the Pilot Brewery.
So what are your career highlights? Like, what are y'all doing right now?
Well, I mean, obviously career highlights Blue Moon, the original, but other beers that we've introduced out of here that have gone nationwide. We've got Moon Haze, which is a juicy pale ale. We've got Light Sky. We launched a lot of beers out of here. Those are the ones that have gone national. Those are the ones we're selling right now. We're always innovating. We're always exploring. These tanks right here are all the fermenters for the big system, and each one of these really has a different brand of beer in it.
So what is your favorite part about being a brewmaster?
I think my favorite part is getting to see people's face when they drink a beer and they're really excited. We make a lot of different beers here, and people are always out at the bar. People that come in here, they're surprised because not only do we have Blue Moon, we've got 23 other beers they've never had before. So our job is, surprise and delight, get people excited, try new things, and really that's been our goal since we started at the Sandlot.
This has been awesome. Thank you for taking me through and letting me get an understanding of, the behind the scenes of how Blue Moon originated. It kind of gave me, kind of a flashback on how my baseball career, came up.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you showing me the ballpark from a different angle. I mean, I was there when it started, but I have never been in places you showed me. I'm really happy we got this time together. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. If there wasn't Coors Field, and if there wasn't the Sandlot Brewery, we would not have Blue Moon. So it is beer brewed by baseball.
Like many origin stories, the Sandlot had many leaps of faith and eureka moments. From the boldness of an orange garnish to experiment with hundreds of flavors and figuring out how to serve a baseball stadium full of fans, the opening of the Sandlot Brewery was a defining moment both for beer and baseball. We only know how far we've come when we look back and see how it all got started. Besides, a beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon.